For the past 2 weeks, Bloomington city officials warn those sleeping in tents overnight in Seminary Park must find shelter someplace else or be removed. As Ethan Burks reports, the city followed through with those warnings Thursday night.
Just after 11 p.m., about 24 Bloomington police officers, along with other city workers, arrived at Seminary Park to start removing tents and camping structures. The order was carried out despite many local organizations and several elected officials who say removing the encampments will only hurt people experiencing homelessness.
People are kind of dispersing to other places in the community, which is honestly really what we were afraid of and worried about, is that people would go and find campsites that are more hidden and far away, and so we'd have less access to them and less ability to kind of keep an eye on them.
Gilmore drafted a letter to Mayor John Hamilton's office asking to put a moratorium on removing the Seminary Park encampment. The letter received over 1,500 signatures that included Monroe County commissioners and a handful of members of the city and county councils.
Please stop. Let's stop the evictions. Let's work together and find a common solution instead of trying to forcibly remove people.
The city began the removal process earlier in the day when sanitation workers showed up Thursday afternoon to clear the public right-of-way along South College Avenue. Tents and other personal belongings were loaded onto truck trailers and transported to a Parks and Recreation maintenance building near Switchyard Park.
This is their home. That's their neighborhood. That's where they feel comfortable. That's right next to all of their amenities that they can get, the food, the day shelter, the showers. Short of that, they would have to walk miles to just get warm clothes.
Both Teller and Gilmore represent organizations who have been pleading with the city to hold off on tearing down the encampment for just a little bit longer.
Everybody that has any involvement in this is simply asking for more time. We have things in the works that could solve this.
Gilmore is proposing a new shelter in a yet-to-be-disclosed warehouse just south of Seminary Park. He believes it'll help get more people out of the winter elements.
We could probably open very quickly, but we'll have to staff it up, which that's what takes some time. And of course, we'll need financial support to do that.
Gilmore says he thinks the budget will need $60,000 to get the shelter up and running. He says both Bloomington and Perry townships have already donated $15,000 each, and Beacon Inc. will be able to contribute another $10,000, leaving another $20,000 to meet the goal.
Finding long-term solutions instead of dehumanizing our community members that are experiencing homelessness with actions such as showing up with a garbage truck, treating them like they're trash. And until long-term solutions have been made, I stand with the community members and ask those folks that are occupying Seminary Park to stay where they are.
But by the time tents and personal belongings were stripped from the park grounds, very few people experiencing homelessness were in the park, looking for shelter elsewhere. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Ethan Burks.
Bloomington City Council member Isabel Piedmont Smith is one of the elected officials who signed the letter sent to the mayor. She says the council is currently writing legislation that would require a 15-day warning before closing down future encampments and offer protections to all personnel items being removed.